Happy Saturday, everybody. I want to make this brief. Many of you know who this is. This is Erika Kirk. She has been in front of the media since Charlie Kirk, her husband, was assassinated 3 months ago. She has been all over the place, and I find it very strange. This is not normal widow behavior. She has not been home, it seems like, grieving with her kids since he was assassinated. This is a weird time to be alive. It's very sinister. I know I'm not alone in feeling this way. Like, what in the hell is happening? She is all over the press on every single stage. There's smoke machines, there's a smokestack, there's fireworks. This is a very sinister and bizarre. This woman's not grieving. This is the happiest woman. This is the happiest widower I've ever seen. Take, for example, Sharon Osbourne, right? Ozzy Osbourne's widow. You haven't seen her but maybe once since Ozzy passed away, and she looks like a shell of her former self because she has been what we call grieving. This lady is super sinister, changes up the facial expressions really quick from happy to mad. She's a psychopath in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is some psychopath behavior, and not enough people are talking about it. And she's all over the press, CNN, Fox News, of course. She's the darling of Fox News, already endorsing J.D. Vance 3 years from the 2028 presidential election. And, you know, you American people, we the American people, what do we get out of any of this spectacle? What are the American people getting out of this? Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, nearly 25 million people are going to lose their health care because the Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire at the end of this month. And most to which the people depend on the Affordable Care Act are Republicans, people who voted for Donald Trump. The very people that put him in office are about to lose their insurance benefits. This is not an opinion. This is fact. We live in a very sinister and sacrilege time. These people claim to be Christians, yet they have Charlie Kirk out to be this immaculate God. This picture everywhere, like his likeness is everywhere. It's very strange. If you still follow this movement at this point, knowing how strange this is, you're deranged. You are part of the problem and not a part of the solution. This is cult-like hive mentality, and we're being mass manipulated on a national scale. It just needs to be said. This is the most bizarre stuff that I've ever seen. Like, my goodness, whatever happened to grieving? Is that even a thing anymore? I know that if I lost a wife or a loved one, an aunt, a brother, a sister, a father, I don't think I would be seen hardly at all. That's just me, though. I know everyone grieves differently, but this is the happiest looking person that I've ever seen in my entire life. And the jig is up, Erika Kirk. The jig is up. And I don't know how you can claim to be a Christian and follow the likes of Turning Point USA. That is a cult-like mentality. That's idolatry. And what kind of while we're at it, they claim to be Christians, but what kind of a Christian, she said that Charlie would come home on a Friday and say, Shabbat Shalom. What? I mean, it's fine if you're Jewish, but like, what kind of a Christian talks like that? This is just weird stuff. The facial expressions, the damage they're inflicting on the American people by cutting their health care, by causing chaos around everyone around the country who's not white. I mean, if you happen to be brown or black or somebody that's of a different nationality, good luck, because we have these people who are just hell-bent on making everybody else's lives miserable. So that's what I'm getting from this. It's very strange, very sinister. I know I'm not alone in this. We got to do some soul searching. We have anchored off the wrong port, and we need to get out of this port and sail it in a different direction. Don't get me started on what the president's doing, putting his name on the Kennedy Arts Center. What gave him the authority to put his name on the Kennedy Arts Center? Because I'm sorry, he will never be in the same caliber or league as the late JFK, okay? Millions of people are about to lose their health care, tearing down the east wing of the White House. I'm going to do a totally different video on that. Totally different video. That's topic for a different day, but 2025 is the most sinister, most bizarre year since COVID, and then COVID since the Great Recession in '08. That's the parallels that I draw. That's the connection that I'm seeing here. Very bizarre and strange times. I question heavily this woman and her integrity and her legitimacy in terms of how she's displaying herself, what she's getting out of it. She is milking the cash cow for every single cent, and it's very weird, the godlike idolatry worship that is of Charlie Kirk. Not saying that he ever deserved to be assassinated. It's terrible what happened, but he also wasn't Jesus Christ, okay? Wake up, people. It's time to wake up, get our heads in the books. If you claim to be a Christian, get your head in the Bible and start to really digest what's happening, which is mass manipulation, psychotic manipulation on a national fascist scale to keep us distracted from the Epstein list that he and the campaign that she supports ran on. The people that she supports ran on releasing the Epstein list, right? And now we're getting everything but the Epstein list. We're getting absolute chaos to replace the Epstein list. So just some food for thought. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. I have no agenda. I am going by what the naked eye sees and what I feel in my heart. It's very bizarre times. I'm looking out for our middle class, the most vulnerable people among us, the poor, the sick and the poor, the people who need help the most in this country, who are always going to need the most help, who we should always be looking out for. And then I see the likes of this far right weird movement where she gets treated like she is the queen of a nation. This, Charlie Kirk, like I said, didn't deserve to be assassinated, but also was not Jesus, was not a grand figure like that to leave a legacy. Define legacy. They say he left a big legacy. Well, what is that exactly? Please let us know here in the comments and on this YouTube app, because we're dying to know what that legacy was exactly. The Erika Kirk, shady since day one, the weird looks, the smokestack, the guest appearances, it's very bizarre. She's not grieving. She's the happiest widower that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm curious to know your thoughts. I hope you guys have a great weekend. An upcoming Christmas, I want to do more videos on what's going on, because this has been a very shady and sinister year, I think, for the United States, that being 2025. And if we don't change direction, we're not going to have a country left. We will not survive 3 more years of this if things continue to keep on their current trajectory. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments what you think about this year, Charlie Kirk's wife, Erika, being all over the place. I'm curious to know. Thanks for watching if you made it this far.